Hello and welcome to Panoramic Edition, where we discuss national, regional and international developments in depth. The Education and Training Committee of the Bahrain Chamber held a seminar under the title Artificial Intelligence in Education, Empowering K-12 Educators. The seminar, which was presented by the global education coach and consultant Megan Hargrave, discussed various topics focusing on fostering innovation in education by promoting advanced technologies and empowering the upcoming generation with all required skills to thrive. An attendee of over 500 educators and individuals interested in education. The seminar came as part of the Bahrain Chamber's constant efforts to support the education sector by introducing innovative methodologies and technologies, emphasizing the need to prepare both educators and students to excel in a technology-driven world. To talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined by the Vice Chairman of Education and Training Committee at Bahrain Chamber, Dr. Ahmed Al Koofi, right after this. Welcome back. We are pleased to be joined here in the studio with the Vice Chairman of Education and Training Committee at Bahrain Chamber, Dr. Ahmed Al Koofi. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
Yes, my pleasure.
Doctor, first off, just to dive right into the concept, education, seminars, further education, and the change of platforms is a very hot topic everywhere and in all fields, really. What can you tell us about the main concept and objectives of the Artificial Intelligence in Education seminar that took place recently?
Yeah. The main purpose and the main objective was to provide educators with opportunity to use artificial intelligence inside the classes to support their practices and also to enhance the students' learning. Mm-hmm. It is not a way that to replace their work. It is not to replace teachers or educators. It is a tool that they need to use it to enhance learning and to use the potential of AI in education.
Absolutely. Doctor, when we look at AI and the potential behind AI, so many things are happening. We see that a lot of people, I don't want to say specifically the younger generation, but really the last generations are utilizing it to the best advantages they can. Now, there is still some awareness lacking. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Because the focus in education, using AI in education, it's not in the region here. Maybe I assume that we are, Bahrain Chamber of Commerce is the first organization in Bahrain that brings AI in education. Lots of talk about AI in factory and companies using with lots of things in gaming. But in using AI to enhance educators' work and also to impact the students' learning, I think we, as Bahrain Chamber of Commerce, were the first. Now, how they utilize this tool to enhance learning, it's also new. Where they think that they would like to replace Google when they search, for example, with using AI, and it is not the case. Prompting is really important, where you write and ask the AI about the things that you need. And there is, we call it a human in the loop. Human is there whenever it's not going to replace all these educators.
Of course, absolutely. What can you tell us about the agenda that was prepared for the seminar?
The agenda was, first of all, to explore the new technology in education. Then also we tried at that time to give them practical aspects and practical tools with all the educators who came, that they had those tools to go inside their classes and inside their organization, whether they're schools or universities or institutes, to use these and to enhance learning. The main thing that in that agenda we tried to emphasize was prompting, where they write the prompt that they need from the AI, and they did a dialogue. We asked them to do the dialogue
to refine what
what they need to learn, and that's also helping, not that replacing them, not replace their curriculum, not replace anything. It is just to fasten and easy the practical way for teachers.
Of course, it's an access. It's actually a very good tool to access all of that information, especially that AI is also available or can give you the latest information on a certain field or topic or anything when it comes to that. Amazing. The agenda was vast, but the seminar is also part of a series of initiatives actually that is launched by the Bahrain Chamber to support the education and the training sectors in Bahrain. What are some of these initiatives and why are they so important?
Yeah. Bahrain Chamber of Commerce, and especially the Education and Training Committee, we are catering for 4 sectors. Mm-hmm. It is for one sector, but there are 3 subsectors, which is early childhood, institutes, schools, and higher education. Okay. And we try every year at least to host one event in Bahrain regards to each sector. Okay. For example, if I speak about last events that we hosted were about apprenticeship. Mm-hmm. We brought the best practice from the world in apprenticeship, which is the Scottish one, mm-hmm. and because OCDE, they speak highly about that initiative, and we asked one of the government people in Scotland to come here and to present for us about apprenticeship and how we moved in that direction. Right. And also we talked with the member of parliaments and we met them and how they will change the rules and regulations in Bahrain, helping in that to implement apprenticeship in Bahrain. We also talked about, we presented last time about learning 3.0, which is really an initiative enhancing, utilizing students' motivation and responsibility and empower all learning to comes for students to be responsible for their learning, to be intrinsic motivation. All these areas also we tackled. There are plenty of things and plenty of events wherever we see that there is a need, or we look at the government also initiatives in directing the economy in anywhere. We look at that and also we work in harmony with that.
Yeah, absolutely. When we look at the trends when it comes to education and the topics that are used or where AI is used to motivate them, do you feel that's also depends on the region or local education and culture and needs?
Good question. Yeah, I think because here, I think that some of them. Let me talk to you. Give you an example about my company.
Please.
When we said that we would like to use AI, let us educate AI about AI and using AI. The stuff in my company, they said that, oh, if you bring Ahmed AI, we don't know whether we are capable of, maybe they will replace us, maybe this tool will replace us. That fear is happen everywhere, whether it is in my company, in schools, in universities, and also with educators when they look at the students. They will see whether the students, they are going to cheat, whatever. So what do? They stop them because of that culture. Yeah. They think that, okay, we will not allow students to use AI. So they will be behind if they do that.
Absolutely.
But if they think that, okay, let us use it and see what are the pros and cons of it, and let us deal with it, let us see, pilot it inside our organization and learn from it, that we will be also with competing the country in the region, the country in education, and also will enhance our learning.
Absolutely. Especially that people learn in different ways and they learn and they see things in different ways. So having that kind of collaboration, seeing the same answer and having 4 people see it is going to be a total different outcome when it comes to that.
Yes, you're
Absolutely.
right.
So tell us a little bit about the role of the Bahrain Chamber in general and the education and training committees in particular in supporting the education and training fields in the whole kingdom.
We have a strategic plan. That this strategic plan is built on the other sectors. There are 10 sectors in Bahrain, and we are one of which, that we work with them to create a strategic plan for all of them. And this strategic plan also, we look at the KPIs for the Kingdom of Bahrain, where they would like the government, where would they like to focus on, how they will focus on. Yeah. And through that, we built that strategic plan. Yeah. Through that, we tried our best to support the sector of education and training. And our support for them comes from meeting with people in the government, meeting with people also in the private sectors, bring people from outside to educate us and to learn from them. Yeah. All these things we try to make our economy in Bahrain and education as competitive to other countries around us, and also to collaborate with them also. We would like to be an education hub in the country. And you see that there are lots of reports. Just recently, yesterday, I read a report from World Economic. They speak highly about education in Bahrain. Bahrain education is speaking highly about it. So we need to utilize this also, and to use this strength to show others in the region and even in our country that we are really cater for all these areas, and we can compete others and we can collaborate with others as well.
Totally agree. Doctor, when it comes to education, it's not only about the availability of education, but also the want for education. The Kingdom of Bahrain and its population, there's always a search for more information, more fields, better outcomes and everything like that. Do you see that as a positive thing for the years to come and how AI will develop?
Yeah, Bahrainis, they are eager to learn. You see them, they learn. They take certificates, professional certificates. They like to be taking academic, whether they are master or PhD, for example. So they are really people that eager and strive for learning. That impact their practices, and they can compete, whether the local workforce or others. And you see us, we have lots of people, they are in a good positions, whether they are in Bahrain or outside Bahrain, taking that role. Because of our reputation in that area. And even when we go to work, for example, in Saudi Arabia, we work in Saudi Arabia. When we work in Saudi Arabia, if we are coming from Bahrain, they said, yeah, learning Bahrain, teaching and education Bahrain is really high. So we need to learn from you. All these is add value to us.
Absolutely. Also, especially with the availability of training and educational institutions in Bahrain.
Yes.
How do you value the vast participation of people in this seminar?
Oh, I would like to thank all people that attended the seminar. The number of people that attended was more than 550 attendees attended the seminar, and that was the first time after COVID. Before COVID, we had numbers of people they are attending, but after COVID, this is the highest number that attending for our events. I would like to thank all schools, all educators who participated with us and attending that event. Because of the person who spoke about Megan, she was very good in her delivery, and she is competent in her area, and also because of the topic, which is it is very attractive. That's why we had all that number of attendees.
Of course, yes. It's not a new field, but it's an interesting field.
Yeah, and one told me that because it was specialized about education, that's why. And a school principal sent me a message. She said, I attended 4 events for AI, but none of which were about education. They talk about utilizing AI tools, but this is the first one I attend speaking about utilizing AI tools inside schools. And the tools that we gave them also specific for education rather than ChatGPT, whatever it is general. We talked about Magic School, for example, all their areas about tools that they needed to use it inside schools.
Yeah, the limits are, there are no limits. There is really so much to be able to be done and learned. What, from your point of view, how do you value the Bahraini government's support, not only in providing platforms for such events, for providing platforms for education, for AI, but really for supporting these vital events?
We are working hand in hand with the Ministry of Education, for example, Ministry of Labor, and commercial also. All of them, we work hand in hand with them. They support us. We work really close with, for example, private sector education, and I thank Ms. Lulu Al Mhanna. She's the Directorate of she's the Directorate of Private Education in Ministry of Education. With their support, we work like two hands together. It's our economy, whether we are in a government sector or in a private sector. This is our country, and we would like our economy to be stronger, and that's why we work together to achieve that goal.
The common goal that we have. Absolutely. What are the main outcomes of the seminar?
The main outcomes were when, after just one day of the seminar, some schools, they phoned me and said, my teachers are now inside the classes, they start implementing these tools. The main outcome is that the change of awareness, the change of the importance of that tool. So the purpose was just to support teachers to reduce their work and to increase the work of critical thinking, analytical thinking, use that time with students rather than for preparation. So the main outcome is when we utilize this tool to enhance the critical and analytical thinking skills in students rather than to use it in preparation and using other tools. Also, when students are using these tools and they are not facing when they graduate from schools to go to universities or from university to the market to see that they are learning something that it is not related, there we put harmony and fill the gap between the market and the education system inside schools.
Yes, definitely. Because the schooling system is a very known one, the changes in it were slow, but AI really made it a bit faster because, as you said, it filled in those gaps. What do you see as the future of the education system now that we have these kind of tools?
I think that we will go for skills that need high thinking, for example, higher order thinking skills, where students will focus more about critical thinking, analytical thinking, and we need that caliber of students. When the CEO of Microsoft were asked, are you going to reduce the number of staff because of the AI, he said, the salaries will be increased because I will look at those who are having those skills that they can analyze, they can look at all these things. So these skills will be really focused highly on them. There is a question that they say that teachers, whether they are replaced or not, I don't think so that we will look at that area because teachers definitely will be not replaced, but we would like also our teachers to be empowered to use these tools effectively to impact the students' learning. It is not just a tool that we would like to use it and we say that we are proud we are using. No, we would like to see the impact on students' learning, to allow them to think, to criticize, to reflect. And all those tools that we took them in the seminar help them in that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Utilizing these tools to enhance one's own path as an educator is very important. What can you tell us about the upcoming plans of the Education and Training Committee at the Bahrain Chamber?
We are now organizing an event for higher education. We already talked with Cambridge University to support us with the topic. Still, it is negotiation time, and also we are seeking other areas that other people that they will support us. The topic that we are looking at is filling the gap with the skills of people that are capable of working, and they are having this apprenticeship, they are having this internship skills. We are looking at how can we empower our students, the academic students, with vocational skills that enable them to be more successful when they go to market. We studied this initiative in many countries like UK, Scotland, New Zealand, many countries, and we would like to have that seminar here in Bahrain to be hosted so we can work accordingly.
Definitely looking forward to that, inshallah. Being an expert in quality assurance in the education and training field, how do you see the future of those sectors specifically now in the AI era?
I would like, if I go to a school and it happened to me, I went to a school in the region without mentioning the country, and they are creating devices. So when I ask them, and just to ensure that what they were creating was for the purpose, and it is just for the sake of creating. I would like to see that whenever something is used like AI, there is a purpose for it. We call it meaningful learning.
Yes.
Why we learn that? What will change? What will happen in my learning? All these questions, when it's happened inside a school or inside the country, we will see that the utilizing of this tool will be for the benefit of students and learning, rather than it is just a tool that we put it in within our school.
Understood, exactly. Actually, when we come and see the concept of AI and utilizing it, also we see that there's a lot of approachment from students themselves because they know about it, so they come and they share it with their teachers and they try to integrate it themselves. What does that show, that students also have this awareness on and want to learn more?
Yeah, because some teachers, they don't, because of their ignorance for the tool, they don't want to use it. Or because still they didn't get the training or proper training, they still not in a position to use that tool. That's why some students, they are fast in learning it and using it. Then once they go inside a class and the teacher is still using the old methodology of teaching, old methodology of learning, still that will not attract the students' attention. And if you ask, for example, a student to write an assignment, for example, which takes him, for example, an hour, he said, why do you want me to write something that I can finish it in seconds?
A couple of seconds.
So, because we need to change our ideas rather than writing assignments, and even if we ask writing assignment, come and talk about it, and we will ask these questions.
Exactly.
Why did you write this? How did you think about it? What do you think about it that this will impact? Give us an example. Tell us about that if you implement it in your context. All these questions where it's about higher order thinking skills, we would like our teachers to move into that direction. Then both of them, teachers and students, they will use that tool to enhance their learning rather than to replace something else, to replace assignment or to replace the teacher, or to replace the curriculum.
It gives the students and the teachers that motivation to want to learn more, because once you understand it, you want to know more information about it, and that makes it much easier and gives you that confidence. Before we end today's episode, my question to you is, when we come and integrate, whether it is AI or new education systems or ways, there's always a base that we have to start from. We cannot start from just having basic school supplies or basic school information, school books with the same information, same copies that haven't been changed, and so on and so on. So can you tell us what are the minimum requirements in order to be able to enhance the education system, which Bahrain already has?
Yes, definitely. I will start from a need. If there is no need, you can't change. So a need is the first. Then if there is a need, we need to put target for us. And the target for us, whether it is one target or many targets, we will see where we are now, then where we would like to go, how long do you think that we will reach there, and how we will put. Then with how is really the important question, if we look at it. We need to empower ourselves, and we need to work together. It is said that collective efficacy is the highest impact element in any change. So when we work together, we discuss together, that will make improvement happens.
Yes.
So with that need, with that target, we work together. Also patience, we need to be patient. It's not just one overnight, one day, 1 month. We need to work and try.
Yeah.
Some schools, even when we work with them, and I work with them, and I said, let us think about it. They said, just Ahmed, tell us, what do you want us to do, and we will do. I said, no, I would like you to think. We are mind. It is new for you, and even if new for us, this is a new context, a new place. Let us try it, and through trying it and study it, then we know whether it works for us or not, and then we refine and reflect and evaluate. Through that process, definitely we will reach.
Magnificent. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering our questions and for being with us today.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
And we would also like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching, and see you next week in another episode of Panoramic Edition.